Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. We're going to kick this one off where the last episode left. We have finished making the Aber caving building and now we need to connect it to the Hermit town over there. So we're going to be building a path that goes through the commercial district over to this building. Now I don't really like that term, commercial district. That's kind of what it is. There's going to be shops and stuff, but it's not very Minecraft or Hermitcrafty at all, and I think I need to stop referring to it as that. But I've actually already started work on the path. I'm going to show you it in a second, but first of all, I need to grab your attention for a moment and get you guys to go and do something. Now, a while ago, the Puka made a Hermitcraft fan movie called Carnival, and that was absolutely amazing, and I told all of you guys about it in a video way back then. It must have been 6 or 7 months ago, and now he has made a sequel that is absolutely amazing. It is miles better than the first one, and the first one was great as well. And I just want to get you guys to go over there and check it out. So that's what you're seeing on the screen in the top right corner. It's a little preview of the movie that he's made. Click on the link, it's on the screen, it's on the description. Go over to his video, leave it a like and watch the thing. It is amazing. It absolutely blew my mind and made me proud to be a hermit. It was really great. The amount of dedication and just time that he must have put into it is really mind-blowing. In fact, I think he told me it took him 2.5 months to put together. So guys, give him some support, go over to his video and show him some love. You guys will be entertained for the next 18 minutes, and that might sound like something that's quite long for a little movie, but it starts off good, it just gets better and better, and before you know it, that 18 minutes are over. So please go over and check that out. When you're done watching that, come back to this video, or if not, just watch it at the end of this one. But yeah, check him out, he's a great guy, and he's made a really great movie that I wanted to tell you guys about. So back to the episode now. Let's go and have a look at this gravel path that I've been making. Now at the moment I have a lot of inspiration for things that I want to do around here, and so I'm just going to do them all one by one. This is part of the gravel path right here. I'm thinking just gravel and grass doesn't really look that good, and we need some long grass like this around it, but also some cobblestone as well, and maybe a few other blocks to break it up, and we'll probably get those blocks going the whole way around, or maybe we'll make it just in some areas, you know, the path gets a bit patchy or it becomes a bit different. That would probably look good. Now this area over here is kind of overhanging, and what I want to do is put some wood underneath and then some supports. In fact, it looks like I need to make this a little bit bigger maybe, and because it doesn't really come out that far. I don't know what I want to do, but I'm definitely going to build something here, some sort of supports, and then I thought it would be nice if around here the path had some like posts at one side to kind of usher you away from the edge here, because you're just going to fall down, which will look pretty cool. And then it just stretches across this area here, and I don't really have too many plans for this middle area at all. And there were some things I wanted to do over on this side. I can't really remember them at the moment. In fact, there was something back over there that I've already passed that I wanted to do. I guess I'll just do one thing at a time and I'll tell you about it in between. So one thing you might notice about this area is that it's got grass on all of the ground, and I think that looks so much better. Now you'll notice that the gravel path kind of hugs to this side. That's just because someone might want to build over here. Before, the path was going right through the middle like this, and then I kind of looked at it like it's taking up a lot of land actually, so maybe if someone wants a spot over here, then there's space for them. And then over here it goes very close to this bit. That's because I want to do this waterfall again. It kind of goes over the stone, which doesn't look very good, and I think what we should do is cut back into the stone a little bit and control where that water goes. And so as well as that, I want to do some other terraforming bits as well. There's stuff like this in this area where the stone disappears for a little bit. There's dirt that kind of sticks out like that, and then it goes back to stone, and I don't think that looks really that great, so I'm probably going to remove that and replace some of it with stone. And in general, just doing things like that in this area is going to look good. For example, over here, you know, you got dirt, stone, dirt, so we'll change this to dirt, and then we got a little dirt patch here which we'll change to stone, and so we're just going to go around and tidy up things. But first of all, I'm going to be working on that little overhang. So I've been making some progress. I've been taking it easy and really enjoying doing some of this kind of terraforming stuff. It's nothing too drastic at the moment, but I want to give you a little bit of a progress update. The curve that goes across the overhang here is kind of done, and I love how it looks from up here. You've got a little bit of grass on either side, and the fence posts, you can see I've just got a few of them spaced out. Now when I was placing them, I thought they kind of looked ugly when they were placed right next to each other, and so I spaced them out a little bit, and do you know what, it works. And I've also put in some poppies there as well, so there's a bit of red, kind of draws your eye over to this bit here, and you can see the posts, and then as you get closer you can see that it's going to be an overhang, so it's a really nice indicator, really natural looking. Obviously the posts aren't natural, but yeah, I like that. So the path here, it's got some cobblestone in now as well. That mixes really well with the gravel. I thought there'd be quite a contrast, whereas actually that goes in really well. And so to go with that, we got some cobblestone stairs and stone brick stairs as well. They fit in nicely. And a moment ago I just had the thought of throwing in some stone as well. Stone is a nice grey colour that will probably go with this path, and yeah, I'm liking how that's looking. I like it how it comes around the corner here. Now it's going into this cave at the moment, and what I want to do with this is what I'm probably going to be doing next, is put in some leaves and vines and make this cave feel kind of mossy and almost alive with like lots of green colours. So I'm going to play around with that, some mossy cobblestone, maybe some flowing water somewhere, and some other green colours in here, so you have a nice mossy cave, and then that brings you out to this little bit here. And this is probably where the path is going to end. I think I'm going to make like a stone stepping path that goes all the way up here to the Abba building, and then this little area I'm probably going to turn into a garden or something like that for this structure. And so those are my plans. I'm going to do that bit next. I'm also going to go over the other side of the path and tidy up the mountain over there, although I'll probably show you what it looks like before. And I've also done a little bit more tidying up around the outside here, and we should actually have a look at what the overhang looks like from the other side as well. And all of this sort of stuff, it's kind of out of my league, you know. I'm trying to do things that I'm not naturally comfortable with, and this is definitely one of them. I'm trying to get on top of here. There we go. That doesn't look so great to me. It looked nice when I was building it and I was right next to it, and then I came over here and I thought, do you know what, it doesn't look that big. You can kind of see there's an overhang, and in general it just doesn't look that great. I'll tell you what I need to do. I need to tidy up these dirt patches here and turn them into stone. I really don't like how that looks. So if we go a little bit closer, it looks quite nice, I think, from here. It's all the same material, but I like how the wood is underneath the dirt like that, but from a distance it isn't so great. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. You can leave me some feedback if you like, because I'm just trying to step into new territories like I've been talking about over and over again lately, it seems. So if we just go and have a last look from over here, there is the ugly dirt and stone again. I've tidied up that on this side over here. I've also raised up the grass a little bit and the stone on the other side, and now this thing doesn't look like it's sticking out quite as much, which I really do like. And so I'm happy with how things are going. And the next thing we're going to do, as I said, is the cave over there. So the cave is done. It is behind this tree. I'm waiting to do the big reveal. I think it looks really good, although there's one thing that's holding it back. And bear in mind, this isn't my strength, you know, I'm trying to do new things here. But let's have a look. There it is right there. Now from a distance, I feel like that kind of grabs your attention. Maybe the green should kind of sprawl outside a little bit more, but I think it looks good from back here. Now the problem that I have with this is the colour of the green. Because of the biome, we have this very kind of dry and bland colour of green, you know. We want something with a bit more vibrance and colour to it, but unfortunately we can't do that. And I've put a lot of detail into this. I went around and tried lots of little things. I feel like maybe I overused the leaves at the front too much, but it looked kind of odd having it patchy, so it looks alright. And speaking of those little details, I'll show you one here on the side. There is some lime green wool behind that half slab, and there's some cracked stone there as well. And also these vines, these aren't final. I've decided to let them grow because I don't have too many of them. I'm going to spread them all around this cave and then use string to suppress their growth when I realise where it is that I want them to be growing. But that's what it looks like. There are lots of little details, so if you can spot some, I'll let you do that yourself. But there is one that I want to tell you about, the sugarcane over here with the emerald ore behind it. Now the other day I was going to mine all of my emerald ore with a fortune pick, and right as I was about to do it I was like, hang on a minute, I can get sugarcane from, I can get emeralds from sugarcane by trading with the villagers. So it would be completely pointless to break these, even though it would give me emeralds. You know, I can get them for sugarcane. So I saw it then as emerald ore is always going to be a building block, and I've been waiting for an opportunity to use these, and so I thought I'd throw them in behind the sugarcane so you could sort of see them, and that just adds in an extra little bit of green right there. But then I thought it's kind of like a little reference as well, having the emeralds next to the sugarcane. But there you go, so lots of little details in this place. I think it looks pretty good. On this side as well, actually, I think maybe it needs some more greenery on the outside because it's kind of contained inside the cave. Yeah, but anyway, I am happy with that. We still need to build a little garden over here. I'm looking forward to doing that, but I've actually been doing some terraforming, so we'll go over there and I'll show you what I've been doing. I also want to show you a couple of other things I'm going to do on the way there. So this waterfall over here, I'm thinking of redoing this, so the dirt blocks that go out to the side here and make it push over like that, they're going to go and curve all the way over here, and then that means the water will spread further across, and then I want it to come out and drop down into a gap, so it gets cut off before it gets to this bit here, so it's going to fall down where all of this dirt is, and then you'll have this nice waterfall that spreads out wide and then drops down into the ground where you can't even see where the water goes. That's going to look cool. I'm going to do that in a moment. Now this bit over here I was looking at and thinking you could probably do away with this because it kind of rises up, doesn't really offer too much like something like that would on the eye anyway. But then again, it's quite far from the path, so if someone was building something in this little space down here, they might not need to push this back, but it's an option. You know, we're trying to maximize the amount of space while keeping this nice scenery all together. Now over here there is a little area that I think I want to remove, and that is this mound of dirt right here. Now on the right hand side, this bit is kind of attached to all of this over here, so I'd probably leave this. But if you look at this right here, that's kind of the same level as all of that space over there, and it's like a little bit of a barricade between the two, so removing that might create a lot more space. And also we might want to build a path going over into that area, so if anyone wants to build in these areas over there where there's more lovely hills, then there's another path to connect it all. So that is something to keep in mind. And then over this way I've been tidying this up. You can see the grass is a lot wider, and that's because I've been pushing back the dirt patches on this side and then replacing the dirt with stone and the stone with dirt, and just tidying it up in general. I think it looks a lot nicer now. However, I need to come around here with some bone meal, maybe plant the occasional tree and put down some grass because it kind of looks bland without those little details nearby. And here is another waterfall that I need to work on. I'm going to do that. I don't know exactly what I want to do. I think I've already talked about it, or at least some of the ideas that I have for it, but we're going to do that. And also over here there was a big patch of dirt that has now been converted into stone, and I don't know what you guys think. Leave a comment if you like how I'm tidying this up. I think it looks so much better when it's stone like that. But anyway, we're going to head back over to the Aber building, build that garden and do some more terraforming. So the garden, it has taken me some time to do. I've really put a lot of time and effort into this, and I think it looks great. So let's just walk past it from over here. We get a kind of look at it from this angle, and then when we go through here, this is a little bit more overgrown now that the vines have spread, and I put down some grass as well. And then when you see it from this angle, I really love it from over here. Now I spent a long time planting these trees. I kept chopping them down and then replanting them until I got a formation that I liked. And you can see we've got this kind of multi-layered thing going on here. We've got some leaves at this height, at that height over there, and then above, all at different heights, which look really good. And I very much like that. Now I think this is perfect for something above like a swamp or a bog, and I've just realised I've forgotten to put some lily pads down on here. That is one detail this definitely needs, and also some sugarcane around here would be a good idea. But yeah, I don't know if the acacia wood really suits it being in the swamp like this. It doesn't look bad at all, but I don't know, maybe a darker wood would have been better. However, the shape of the trees is perfect, and so from then on I just dug down here. I've put in lots of water, and there's glowstone down there as well as melon blocks, some mossy stone, just a few different textures to break it up a little bit. And then I spent some time, you know, putting lots of flowers and grass around the outside, just doing all the little details around it, and I think it's finished now. This area over here looks a bit unkept, which is fine. I might do something with this space, I'm not sure. I was thinking about maybe extending these stone bricks out in this direction, having a bit of a flower garden or some sort of plants, or I don't know, something over there. And I wonder if I've got any sugarcane. No, I thought I would have had some in here. Well, I can't see any, so one other thing I'd like to do is put down some sugarcane as well as those lily pads. But that is the garden. I am very happy with how that has turned out. So I've finished removing the landmass over here. You can kind of see where it was because of all that dirt that's slowly disappearing. But that's nice. It opens up this area, and now there's more room for building. And the path will lead into this area over here, which I can't really remember what it looks like to the left, but to the right there is a very nice area, and that's great. Let's stop doing that. So just over here you can see around the side there is a very nice area of flatland just here with lots of nice views of the cliffy areas that are right next to it. And I don't know who's built this platform, but I noticed that, and I have no idea why that's been built or what's going on there. That doesn't make any sense to me, and I don't think it's natural as well. One of the reasons why is because there's a couple of torches there, so someone's obviously done that. And then I guess if the path was ever to needed to be extended into this area, then this area isn't so great for building unless you want to build on the slopes. You know, I like to build on flatter areas. Building on a slope is a lot more challenging to make it look good. And then it just comes over to this area, and I don't know, there's another little bit of land over there. Let's go and have a look at that. I just wanted to show you guys the area because in the future I imagine there'll be more terraforming and stuff to make sure it looks all nice. So this area over here I think is pretty prime as well, you know, some nice flat space. You've got several hills around you and you've got a view over the roofed biome as well, and also the hanging cross. That's a naturally spawning thing we noticed when we first looked at this area. I'm going to go and head over there and show you a couple more things. So the waterfall over here, I talked about what I wanted to do and I pictured it looking a lot nicer than that. Not really sure if I like it. I kind of feel like if there was a building or something in front of it, it would look a lot better because you wouldn't see this cut off at the bottom. But I'm going to leave that for now. I've done my fair share of terraforming today, and that's kind of what I wanted to do for the whole episode, although I feel like I've actually run out of things to do around here, and I don't really want to do too much decorating around these other spaces because other people are going to be building in them, and so I'll leave it up to them to do what they want to do. I also removed a few of these trees as well because they kind of looked out of place, I thought, in this little area here, and so I'll remove this one as well. So there is another thing I talked about, the water over there. I haven't done that yet just because I was unhappy with how that one turned out. I thought I'd leave it and do that bit another time. But what I want to do right now is go back to this project. Now I'm not sure we're going to be able to make any progress, but I want to do a little bit of investigating as to what's happened with this nether portal, because some people have been speculating that in 1.7 it's now going to factor in the Y value. So we're at 78 in the nether, our portal is down at like, I think it's 32 or something like that, just above the lava lake. So that could be causing some issues. So we need to do some experiments and try and find a solution to that. If I can, I don't know. I am still annoyed and think I should probably wait to see if there's a patch and they're going to fix that, but it's quite likely that that could be actually something they considered a bug that they have fixed. So I'll do some investigating and see what I can find out. So I'm up the top here. You can probably guess that means I got some bad news. Yep, the portal thing couldn't get it to work. I ended up moving this one back by 1 block, so it was exactly synced with the one in the overworld. And there was a moment where I thought I was going to get this done, because when I went down here to find the other portal, it turns out I built that one in the wrong place, and there's really... well, I guess I could show you where it is down here. I was about to say there's no point to it. So if we throw an ender pearl down here, and then we go over here, and we've got to be careful, there's a ghast around here that keeps shooting at me, and we peer over the edge, we will see the bottom area where the portal is, just where that cobblestone is right there, and then we can hop down here. So the previous nether portal that was down here was somewhere around here, and I'd miscalculated it. We actually needed to go back another 10 blocks, so there was a moment there where I thought I'd found the problem. When we go here, we will go to the correct portal, and then when we go back through again, we're going to go to the wrong one. So I think we'll just check this one last time, and maybe relighting it will solve the problem. Probably not. Let's not get our hopes up. And we're up the top here, so there you go. Well, I was thinking if I do get this fixed, I'm probably not going to continue on that project anyway. This week has been one of those weeks where I've just worked non-stop. Now, normally I do get a fair amount of free time in between doing videos and stuff like that, but this week has just been relentless, and one of the reasons why is because I've just had this week where, I don't know, sometimes me and words don't get along and it makes it very difficult to record videos. I spend a long time doing it, and it's been that day after day, and I'm really wishing it would just be over by now. And I'm kind of enjoying recording this video. It feels like it's subsiding, but every now and then it just happens. I have these weeks where, you know, video making takes a lot longer, so I wanted to take it easy this episode. And at the moment there is only really one thing I can think of doing, because I don't want to start a new project, and that is to move all of my inventory into my house and build a basement there or something like that. So I've got a few chests like this just full of random junk that really need to be organised. So I think what we should do to end this episode is go over to my house, find a location to build and do a little chest room. So I'm going to throw a couple of ender pearls and we'll go over there. So I'm looking around the back here, and it doesn't really feel like there's any place out back where we could have say, a little path that goes down underground into a chest room. Maybe over here we could build a staircase, or we could modify something to do that. But I was just looking at all the alternatives, because on the inside I know there isn't really a place to build some stairs that go downwards. Now the only place I can think of is if we remove this room here. This is kind of our washing room. And I'll tell you what we could do. We could make it so you could fall down there and then throw an ender pearl back up to get out, but not too sure that's the best way to do things. And if we go upstairs, well, we want to build a basement, so going upstairs is pointless, but we've got 2 rooms up here, and you know, the living area and a 3rd room. If we remove this, the house is going to be quite empty, so I have no idea where I'm going to put this storage at the moment. So one of the annoying things in this game, besides the rain, is moving items around from chest to chest. It does take some time, but it's well and truly worth it, because all my items are in one place now, and as well as not having random chests lying around, it just means that I know where everything is. So I've moved all the items from inside here. Also I had some chests that are still there upstairs, I've emptied those out, and I've taken the items from the Abba area as well, and they are now all in this central place. Now I like how this room looks, but not the floor, so keep that in mind. I'm going to change this floor at some point. I just threw that in there for now. Now what I like about these walls is stone bricks are grey, the acacia wood is kind of grey, and then we've got the acacia colour just behind the chests, which are illuminated by the glowstone at the top and the bottom, and so it looks really nice in here, except the floor, which I'm going to change. So in case you're interested in seeing how these items are stored, I didn't put too much effort or thought into this. I just kind of threw stuff sort of grouped together in some sense into different chests, and these are all the ones that I've done so far. So I plan on changing the floor. There's also room to expand in this direction, or possibly to use this wall for brewing stands or things like that. But that is it for me this episode. I had to take it nice and easy this one, just because things have been very time consuming lately, so I hope you don't mind the change in pace. Maybe soon we'll get back to the regular pace of things here on the server. But that is it. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.